Hi, this is Ryan with Love the Work, and this is Song Breakdown. Thank you so much for joining us. We're going to be talking today about how we structure our songs, how parts work together to create songs, and the methods we use to create. And also, real quick, make sure you follow us on Spotify. We're going to be putting out a lot of music in 2023, and you're not going to want to miss it. So let's jump into it. Got my spinner wheel here to pick songs. Hope everybody's good. In the kitchen, nice. This is one I wrote a few years ago, and it was a deliberate departure from what I typically did. I wrote a lot of stuff in 6/time. I liked a lot of odd time signatures, and this is one I wanted to go in a different direction. I wanted to be very on beat. So it's just a 4/4 jung jung junka jung straight ahead song. I'm trying to think if it starts with a verse or a chorus. It has a verse, goes into a chorus, and then it has a nice little kind of a post-chorus that's an instrumental thing that really kicks off the vibe. I'll show you. And then I think it does another just repeat a verse, chorus, post-chorus, and then out. But let me see if I can find it here. I had trouble trying to find this EP the other day. Where did I have it? Oh, I know where I have it. Bandcamp. Yeah. Thank you for tuning in, watching me play on my phone. So let's see, it's on In the Kitchen, of course. Start right off with the verse. Straight ahead.
Coffee cups all around with the kings of the
Actually, this feels more like the chorus now that I'm listening to it. And this more like a verse. Going to go into a little post-chorus that kind of kicks off the vibe. This part's just kind of like a celebration of the energy that's already built in the chorus and the verse. It's almost like a little period where you can reflect. The drums will kind of introduce the next section. So yeah, pretty straight ahead. Chorus, verse, chorus, and then does that same instrumental little celebration. In fact, at the end of this one, there's a little more celebration. There's more voices yelling and clapping, and maybe it does it here. There's not another verse, excuse me. Keeps it in the chorus. Honesty. This one's funny too, because this was another one that I did as a departure from my typical style. We write so much music, so, we use other methods to challenge our creativity and keep it interesting. So this is one I wrote, and I began with, I think, a melody instead of my typical method of beginning with words and then adding chords to those words. I began with the melody, and definitely a very interesting backwards approach. I think I've almost never done that in hundreds of songs I've written. I've almost never used this method where I start with a melody and then write some music to it. Excuse me, throat's a little dry. But let me show you a little bit of that one. But had the melody, and fortunately wrote these chords that worked really cool, that holds this high D note. So as it moves through a couple, 3 chords, it maintains this one note. Then it goes into a chorus that's like a rock riff. So the verses are very jangly and poppy and energetic, and then it moves into a darker, more rocking type of chorus. And I think it's just verse, chorus, verse, and then ends on a different chord, which is the end. Let's hear what that sounds like.
Your narrow waist, my
So that vocal melody is one that I wrote on the guitar, and then later put the words and put the chords to it.
the only taste of love deep rain.
You can hear that one note on top of each chord.
A cloud of presupposed doubts, a cheer of uncertain ecstasy.
A little change on the last chord to create some interest.
A level cleared of threatening heads.
More of a rock
Longer legs, the deeper swamp of luxury. A movement into my
riff. So add a little flourish here. And it's taking the same thing, but just giving it a little more interest by adding those extra instruments. So let's check out another one. Sounds like UB40. Live. Oh my God, we're on a kick right now. All right, here's another one where I deliberately strayed from my methods. I swear I don't always deliberately stray from my methods, otherwise I wouldn't have a method. But like I say, I typically write in a 6/8 time, odd rhythms, stuff that's kind of challenging and out of here, out of bounds or whatever. And so this is another one where I was like, okay, I just want to do a straight four feel, boom, boom, boom. And it's super cool when I do that because there's so much energy in those unexplored regions of our creativity. There's so much energy that's kind of waiting there to be expressed. This one I actually don't think I do have a satisfactory copy, but I can play with it. Both sides, there's too much to hide. I will never get away, so I'll make this sad stay alive. It's just very straight ahead, moves into a little direct Radiohead rip-off. So kind of a lot of different parts, but that part was pretty typical of what I play. But that first section, that A section, is very atypical of what we like to do, which is cool because it has all this energy when you go to that other place. It's so much more interesting when you go back to your familiar territory and the type of things that you typically do as an artist. No reason. No reason. It's a super cool one off of Rainbow Grass. I heard a quote on TV. Somebody said, "There's no reason to be sullen or morose." And it was a football player. I was walking by the TV, and some football player was quoted as saying that, or I heard him say it. No reason to be sullen or morose. And I was like, that is a Casey lyric right there. So I just took it home and started to write with it, and came up with just, I think, just a verse. I'm trying to think. Got that other song stuck in my head. Yeah, this one was fun. It was just wrote that verse, and then goes to a little instrumental section, and then it was pretty wide open. I feel like the melody was strong enough that, and the harmony was kind of bare enough but interesting enough that I wanted to do 3 solos. So when I went to Maine, I recorded a solo with me, and then Brad took one, and then Matt took one, and then there's kind of a bridge, and then just another repeat to get out. Thanks, Andrew Luck, for the lyric.
No reason to be sullen or morose. Your worry only serves the enemy.
Just that repeating figure.
Better to fix your heart on something real. As they say, the truth will set you free.
Goes to the other chords and let the guitars go for a minute. So that's me playing. Now we'll go back to those main chords, and Brad will play the lead. Section with Matt. So now you've got an A, B, A, B. So you've kind of created the spot where you have to go somewhere else. And so we do a C section. Grateful Dead rip-off, and then just wrap it up. But now that you've gone through that A, B, A, B, C, this A section almost feels like something new, or feels more significant. It's kind of a recapitulation. Matt adds that little outro figure to kind of let you know it's on its way out.
As they say, the truth will set you free.
And that's it. What is it?
You free.
Couple minutes, 2.5 minutes long. Yeah, no reason to check it out. Rainbow Grass. It's the first kind of this cover you see on the screen. Kind of the most first serious album that I did, and Matt's on like half of it. Brad's on a couple songs. Billy's on a song or two as well. So kind of the first serious album that we put out before we started putting out more. No Vegetables. That's also on Rainbow Grass. So I'm trying to think, what is this one like? Let's just listen.
You can have the scraps, 'cause life is
folky.
plentiful. You can build an empire or a soup kitchen. You can have the scraps,
Just add more voices.
'cause life is infinite. One man
I did like 30 vocal takes and then just kind of layered them in. Add another. This is the chorus though.
Boil it down, no vegetables.
And Matt with a solo. And the organ. Here's the A section, but with a guitar solo.
You can have the scraps, 'cause life is infinite. One man's stress is another.
Feels like something new because we've already gone through the A, B.
Soup made from bones. Boil it down. No vegetables.
Remember, I hit the table with my hand when I recorded that. I went, shit, hit the table. But yeah, I love that organ. Yeah, it's interesting when you kind of set up a resonance with a couple of chords or a couple of sections, like an A section, a B, a B. When you do that A, B, you don't necessarily want to go back to the A section again. You kind of create this resonance where you want to go somewhere else. So you create a bridge or a guitar solo or something that takes it to another place. Then when you come back to the A section or the B section, the Beatles would do a lot, it's the same thing, but it's different because now it stands in contrast to what's come before. So it's like coming back full circle, you know. But you've gone on this full journey. So sure, you're back at point A, but you're not the same person you were. It's not the same musical thing that it was. Easy Money. This is off our newest record, Jazz Odyssey. This is one that Matt wrote. I'm trying to think what the structure is. So this one starts with a long intro. It's the last few chords of the progression, and we just use those last few chords, and then we kind of to get back to the beginning. I don't know if that makes sense. It's kind of just taking the turnaround of the progression and starting with the turnaround, and then we'll come in at the beginning again, which is right here. More voices to kind of take it a little step up. And then the same section again, just instrumental. Kind of take it out into outer space. This is one where we just took the same progression and just played it 3 or 4 times in a row, but the variation is kind of just in the instrumentation. So the first one's a verse, the second one's a verse with a little more sauce, and then a solo and another solo, which is Matt. But it's just kind of staying in that vibe and working within it, kind of developing it. Just four full repeats with a little bit of an intro at the beginning as well. So depending on the vibe, you can totally do that, you know. Let's see what else we got here. Shai Hulud, so cool. This one's super fun. I know I wrote it on 7-string guitar, and it's one that is interesting because it switches between a rhythm guitar and a lead guitar. So it's kind of bluesy, so it's a rhythm guitar with a vocal, and then a little kind of lead guitar. So it's kind of a call and response between the vocal and the lead guitar. Structure-wise, it's pretty much a verse chorus. It's got a guitar solo. This one I don't think has a C section. I don't think it goes to another place. I might be wrong about that though. Let me listen. I think it just is that thing where when you go back to the A section again, it seems new because of the resonance you've created.
Big as you
although it doesn't super feel like a chorus because this is the verse.
Let's
Pulls
go
it back.
do the wrong thing.
Gives a lot more space. You should have that organ.
You know it wouldn't be the first time. The fact that you care makes me wonder
So for
who you even
self-titled
are
album.
anymore. The fact that you care makes me pity you all the more.
It's big before it goes into another intro.
Curves as big as you and me.
So it's A, B, A. And then
Obscure as much as you.
goes into a guitar solo, back into the verse, chorus out. So super fun. Tuesday Electric. I almost thought I was going to do Pleasure Menu. Tuesday Electric. This one I wrote that I wanted to use the higher chords in the song on the guitar. You know, a lot of times when you write songs, you use these chords down here. It's easy to get a full sound, but I deliberately wanted to get up in a different territory. Can't remember the chords, but it's using those higher chords, almost like you'd hear on a ukulele. Trying to think what the structure is like, but I'm going to skip this one because I don't have a good recording. I did it. I did one on YouTube actually last week, 2 weeks ago. So you can check that one out, Tuesday Electric. Sailor Nights. This is another one off from Jazz Odyssey that Matt wrote. I think this is another one that's just very straight ahead, but Matt is so skilled at just creating this vibe that you can just kind of ride with it. You know, it doesn't need to do a lot of fancy stuff, but it holds your interest in it, and it stays interesting. Just by the way you add an instrument, add and take away instruments. Oops, let me do this again.
Don't give up on yourself. We wish you well. Turning straw into gold. On the wings of hope. Don't get ahead of yourself.
Adds a new voice. Starts to add some little flutters.
And all these dreams.
This is the second repeat.
On the voyage home.
Let's kind of suspend for a second.
So sail, sail, sail.
another one where, you know, just by introducing another soloist, takes it to another new place. So like Easy Money, it's just the same thing, kind of 4 times in a row, but you know, you're able to create a vibe with changing up the parts a little bit, time after time. Turn in. This is one I don't have a good recording of, but I'm gonna skip that one. What do I know? This one, Brad wrote the chords. This one is an A, B, and possibly an A section. Let me see. I put the wrong song.
What do I know about love? I was buried alive. I've been using all my strength just to dig myself
I wasn't paying attention. I can't tell if it went to a different set of chords. I think it did.
I saw you standing.
Yeah, because that's when the harmonies came in.
The devil's playground. I saw your idle hands doing this dirty work. Doing his dirty What do I know? What do
So it's just that A, B, A, B, A. Depending on the progression, you can do that. That same thing here again, just by itself. Track 8, nice, Casey song. So he's just using, I think probably an ABAB format for this. Forgive the rough recording. Actually, I'm gonna put this one out today. I did a acoustic version of it. A little lead guitar playing against the rhythm. Comes the B section. Straight ahead, A section, B section, A section. Super cool though. Bleed out. This is one that's interesting because it has distinct sections. So it starts out with a pretty basic ABA, and then it goes to a real distinct C section that's a real departure. This version I'll play doesn't have any bass on it at the moment, but you'll hear that it goes to a completely different place. My friend AJ, when he heard it, he said, I thought you were going to go to this big, massive chorus right there, but instead I took a total left turn, went to a completely different place. That's what I heard, you know. So it starts out here, you know. I don't even know if there is a B section.
When you're dead from drugs and cowardice, at least I'll have your music. I know you'll have to come back again. Who knows? Who knows? Maybe I'll be here with you. Maybe I'll be here with you.
Well, it just keeps rocking on this. Adding to it.
Maybe we'll start a band. Maybe bands won't be a thing by then.
So this change it goes to a completely different place.
At least I'll have your music.
Different tempo and everything.
The pull of death, much too strong. The pull of death, much too strong.
It'll be on the new album Never Enough coming out probably in about a year's time. So look forward to that. Make sure you subscribe on Spotify because we got a lot of new music coming out. You're going to want to be there for it. Trust me. Purple. This is one that's interesting because it's just one progression. 4 chords, short amount of time, just over and over and over again. And there's small variations in the words and in the melodies. There's a little guitar solo. You know, there's even a chorus, even though the chords never change. The way the melody is created makes it the chorus. It sets it apart.
Down, stripped bare of all of what I chose to wear. I thought that I was better off without crimson on skin so soft.
So yes, that's one.
Lost my buzz with
It's just that same set of chords over and over again. But the way that it's sung, you hear some lead guitar will come in. The melody opens up a little more, less words, less syllables, and that's the chorus.
How can it be, how can it not, that I'm struck blind by what I thought a dream of where I want to be on purple mountains, majesty fixed between the red and blue, equal parts of me and you. My last sick point has been erased, and here I'm left.
It's those same couple of chords over and over again, but it works. There's enough interest in the words and the melodies to keep it interesting. And then you bring in the guitar, open up the phrasing a little bit, and you've got a chorus. That's a lot of what songwriting is just playing with dynamics. Soft, loud, fast, slow, busy, simple, and just playing those dynamics against one another creates music. Purple. Super fun. Chord progression literally never changes through the whole song. Don't hassle me. Oh, nice. I played this one the other day and had to figure out the chords on the fly, but had to remember them, I should say. This is one that Matt writes. Matt does something interesting with songs that he goes past the typical maybe 2 or 4 repeats, and maybe he'll just add one extra repeat, not enough to make it a new section, but just enough to kind of upset the continuum a little bit. And it's an interesting thing. A lot of folk guys do it. Bob Dylan does it, and it's an interesting thing to maybe just add one extra little 20% or subtract that one little 15% to take something that would be 4. Most music is in sets of 4 or something, 4 beats, 4 chords, etc. But when you add one more, it changes the whole vibe. But he does it in a natural way that is not upsetting. It's very natural, and that's a strength, as a songwriter.
Love,
Oops, let me start here.
my love lays down alone and
Especially when you're only dealing with a couple chords, 2 or 3 chords.
'Cause she heard from the sun that I had been lying. So my love, you hear, don't you hassle me, and I'll keep sleeping alone every night. I swear,
See, this is 7.
the sun
So we kind of took one away.
lays down alone and crying. 'Cause he heard
Straight again.
from my girl
Beats of 4.
that I had been lying. So my love, you hear, don't you hassle me, and I'll keep sleeping alone every night.
And do it again right here.
I swear,
Now it
I
goes full,
swear,
which is so wild. There is an extra.
some say love.
He added one. So he took one away on the first time and then he added one on the second time before going into the verse, bridge. But it's so natural you would never notice.
So my love, you hear, don't you hassle me, and I'll keep sleeping alone every night. I swear, I swear, I swear, I swear.
And he ends it on 4. That's wild. So fairly straight ahead progression, but the way he took one measure away first, and then the second time he added an extra measure. Very interesting. It's just those little devices that keep it interesting, keep it fun. 07, track 7. I feel this is a Casey song. Super basic, but it's just one of those that's so strong that it doesn't need to be fancy to be interesting. I thought there was a cool chordal thing he does. Oops, keep doing that with the volume. Verse. This one has a pre-chorus. I don't think anything we've heard today had a pre-chorus. Here. It's almost like a second half of the verse, or a developed version of the verse. We could say the verse is an intro. No, this is the chorus. I'm tripping. This is the chorus. The pre-chorus was there. Verse. Pre-chorus. Goes back to the C chord right there. This is the chorus. Interesting. It's almost like the pre-chorus is just the beginning of the chorus, because it doesn't feel like it goes to a new thing when you get to the chorus. Interesting. It's our friend Casey. Some big deal. This one, I don't know off the top of my head. I would have to listen. can hear the airplane. Pure vibe. So same chords. 3 chords. And then bring in the vocal.
And it comes to reaching out and some big bodies thrown to the wall.
So he's got this mellow vibe going for almost a minute and a half, and he's going to a new section.
You don't have to try to say goodbye. You don't have to try to say goodbye. You don't have to try to say goodbye. You don't have to try to say
So much vibe.
And it comes to reaching out ain't some big
It's like I almost want to hear where that keyboard solo is going. It fades out. Time for 1 or 2 more. Cool, clean escape. This one's off our self-titled record. Love the work. Looks like this.
She likes a clean escape. Won't even park the same side of the road. Afraid of what we all would think. But maybe that's not it at all. We all live in a fantasy world. May as well make it a bright one. Halloween has come again, and now I'm the one who's frightened. Oh, your weakness is so precious. What now of your strength? Haven't we plumbed the depths of indecision? Have we failed to consider the length? We all live in a fantasy world. May as well make it a bright one.
So first chorus,
Halloween has
basic
come
ABAB.
again, now I'm the one who's
That's what I usually
frightened.
This is that same A section, but Matt had some variation by playing the bass, a different rhythm, and of course it's a solo.
We all live in a fantasy world.
Of course,
May as well make it a bright
double
one.
chorus.
Halloween has come again, and now I'm the one who's frightened. We all live in a fantasy world. May as well make it a bright one. Halloween has come again, and now I'm the one who's frightened.
Hella fun. ABA. That's what I typically use. It's kind of rare that I go to a different section. What can I say? Here's another one Casey wrote that I think has a ABA structure.
Wouldn't go out of my head over you. Your witchcraft and your strange brew have thrilled me and filled my heart the whole night through. Still I'm waiting till I'm with you. Wouldn't go out of my mind over you. The September of my years is through. Night and day, day and night, you with me, I'd be fine if I had it my way. Do you be mine? Strangers in the night from the start.
This does have a C section. This is a
No
bridge.
reason why being so shy should keep us apart. Wouldn't go out of my head over you. No witchcraft and no strange brew have thrilled me and filled my heart the whole night through. Still I'm waiting till I'm with you.
Awesome. Thank you so much for joining me. I'm Ryan. Love the work. If you like this content, you can support us directly on our Spotify. Thank you guys so much. Have a good day.